Hello, I'm from Team 7 and our project is Puma expiry record keeping application. It's supposed to be a desktop based application with support for touch screen enabled devices like touch screen laptops or touch screen desktops. Now for the primary screen or landing page of our application would be the login page where it would ask you for a username and password. And after clicking on login screen, it will have two scenarios. If the login is incorrect, it will give you a pop-up notification of error with login. And if it has the right login details, it will give you login successful message and you could click on OK button to get inside the application. This would be our main page and it has text boxes for product name, product barcode, size, quantity and expiry date and time picker. And you'll have 4 more buttons which will be used to save the data, edit the data, delete any existing data inside the data table or inside the database, and show data which will generate the data that are inside the database. And you'll have 2 more buttons on the top right which will be for admin access and to log out, which will get you back to the login screen. After you type in all the details, you could click on save, and if the data is saved to the database, you'll receive a save success message. And you could keep following and start typing another data and keep saving the data inside the data table. And if there's any error while you're putting your product details, it might be the validation on barcode or the validation on size or even the expiry dates, which might be wrong. You will get a pop-up notification of error which will let you know what things to check, and from there you could solve your problems easily. And the next part would be to delete or edit any data that is inside the data table. After you press the show data button, it will generate the table which is connected to the database, providing all the columns and rows for the data. Once you know which data to edit, you could select its name or any of the rows of the data that belongs to the same row, and the detail page would be filled up automatically. It will have the product name, size, barcode, quantity and expiry date as well. And you could change the details accordingly and press edit. If it's success, you will get a success message, or if it has any validation issues, it will give you an error warning, and from there you could find out what the problem is and solve it accordingly. As I already said about the show data button, it's gonna show you the table with all the product details in it. And there's one more thing on this application, the error connection or the database connection message on the bottom left. This notifies you if the database is properly connected to the application. It will give you a color code like green or suppose red on error. And finally, when you are done with the data entry, you could click on logout and it will send you back to the login screen. Thank you. Hi, for the paper prototype review from Team 7, I have a user, and let's see how he's gonna use the application for first time. Could you please tell me, what do you think after looking at the prototype, how are you gonna use the application?
It's pretty much clear with your prototype. This one gives a lot of sense how a user can use the prototypes. It's easy. If you have an ID and password, you can log in. You can do the. You can save the data. It's all good. Looks all so far so good.
And what would be your reviews for the application?
For my review, if you are asking my review, I would like to give 4.5 on visibility. It looks pretty clear to me. The second one that I'm going to give you in the match between system and real world. I think you prepare this application based on the real world, so it's pretty strong. I would like to give you a 4.5 out of 5. The other thing that I'm a little bit concerned is about the control and freedom. You have a strong control on this application, but no freedom. So let's give 4 out of 5 on control and freedom. And the last one that I'm going to review on the recognition rather than recall. So yeah, for me it's easy to recognize your application. I don't need to recall. So far so good. You did a brilliant job. Thank you.
And do you mind if I use this video for my
Yes,
uni
of course.
project?
Yeah, I don't mind. You can use it.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.